a little short.
Rearing into Batman's misery.
What if a forbidden cave holds a long-lost connection to ancient Egyptian civilization? Or what secrets lie hidden behind the discovery of a mysterious crystal skull? Who did it belong to? And what dark truths does it reveal?
As we headed down, our guide told us all about the cave and its history.
Stay tuned as we uncover the hidden mysteries of ancient caves and their forgotten past. Let's begin with discovering the Forbidden Cave in the Grand Canyon. Did archaeologists claim it has a link to ancient Egypt? Let's find out. The Grand Canyon has always been a place of wonder, mystery, and even wild theories. One of the most fascinating myths is that ancient Egyptians explored the Grand Canyon and left behind hidden caves filled with mummies and hieroglyphics. But is there any truth to it? The short answer is no. There is zero solid evidence that Egyptians ever set foot in the Grand Canyon. So, where did this idea come from? It all started in 1909 with an article in the Arizona Gazette. The story claimed that an explorer named G.E. Kincaid, working with the Smithsonian Institution, found a massive underground city filled with Egyptian artifacts. It described an incredible discovery: mummies, carved statues, and even hieroglyphs on the walls. But there's a big problem. No one has ever found this cave. The Smithsonian denies having any record of it, and there's no proof that Kincaid or his partner, Professor S.A. Jordan, ever existed. Despite this, the legend refuses to fade. Some believe the Smithsonian is covering up the discovery, hiding evidence that could rewrite history. But let's be honest, no archaeologist has ever uncovered Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon, and no follow-up articles or official reports have confirmed the story. The canyon does have over 1,000 caves, but none contain anything remotely Egyptian. What is the most logical explanation? The 1909 article was likely a work of fiction meant to sell newspapers and fuel curiosity. So why does this myth still capture people's imagination? The Grand Canyon is vast, mysterious, and largely unexplored. It's easy to believe that something incredible could be hidden within its cliffs. But while the canyon's history is fascinating, it has nothing to do with ancient Egypt. Still, if you love a good mystery, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Next on the list of Ellora caves in India is a rock-cut temple complex featuring intricate carvings, possibly connected to lost advanced civilizations. The Ellora caves, locally known as Verul Leni, are one of the most incredible ancient sites in the world. Located near Aurangabad, Maharashtra, these caves are not just stunning rock-cut structures. They are a glimpse into an ancient civilization that thrived centuries ago. Carved into the rugged hills of the Sahyadri Range, these caves hold stories of faith, art, and human ingenuity. The most famous is the Kailasa Temple, Cave 16, the largest single monolithic excavation globally. It's hard to believe, but this massive temple was carved from a single piece of rock. The caves were built over centuries, between the 6th and 12th centuries Anno Domini, and housed temples dedicated to Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism. Unlike the hidden caves of Ajanta, Ellora was never forgotten. Being close to ancient trade routes, it remained an important religious and cultural site for centuries. Traders, monks, and royals visited these caves, leaving traces of their time behind. Even an Arab traveler, al-Mas'udi, wrote about them in the 10th century. Later, during the 14th century, Sultan Hassan Gangu Bahmani repaired the roads leading to the caves. In the 19th century, they were under the Holkars of Indore, who auctioned them for worship rights. And later, the Nizams of Hyderabad took care of their maintenance. Today, they are preserved by the Archaeological Survey of India. The volcanic basalt rock of the Deccan Plateau made it possible to carve such detailed structures. The ancient builders used fine-grained stone, perfect for sculpting, and even traced natural rock formations to make their work easier. Over time, Ellora became home to nearly 100 caves, with 34 open for visitors, 12 Buddhist, 17 Hindu, and 5 Jain. Each cave reflects the religious harmony of that era, a place where different faiths coexist peacefully. These caves are not just stone carvings, but a timeless link to the ancient world, standing tall as a symbol of India's rich and diverse past. But that's not all. Ajanta caves in India are Buddhist rock-cut temples adorned with paintings and carvings, reflecting ancient spiritual knowledge. The Ajanta caves are one of the most fascinating glimpses into ancient civilization, carved deep into a towering cliff above the Waghora River. These caves, dating back to the 2nd century BCE, were built in 2 major phases, separated by almost 400 years. The first phase, during the rule of the Satavahana dynasty, saw simple yet elegant caves built by followers of the Hinayana branch of Buddhism. These early caves were monasteries and prayer halls, where Buddha was worshipped in symbolic forms like stupas. They had plain interiors, with a few delicate murals and a striking chattier window at the entrance, allowing sunlight to stream in beautifully. Centuries later, during the 5th and 6th centuries Common Era, the Vakataka rulers revived the site with grand new additions. The Mahayana branch of Buddhism flourished. This time, Buddha was depicted in majestic sculptures and paintings. The artists and architects took inspiration from the earlier caves, but added incredible details: carved pillars, intricate doorways, and exquisite murals that told stories of Buddha's life. These paintings, made using the tempera technique, are some of the finest examples of ancient Indian art. Even today, their colors and expressions leave visitors in awe. Some caves remained unfinished, offering a rare look into the ancient rock excavation techniques. Ajanta was more than just a place of worship. It was a thriving center of art, culture, and learning. The caves reflect the evolution of Buddhism and provide a vivid picture of life in ancient India. The inscriptions found here give us valuable insights into the people, politics, and beliefs of the time. Ajanta is not just about stone and paint. It's a timeless treasure, carrying echoes of a civilization that once flourished here, leaving behind an extraordinary legacy of devotion, creativity, and history. Let's focus on Kuyu underground city. But for centuries, this underground world provided safety in times of invasion. Many believe it was up, the Teotihuacan tunnels in Mexico are hidden passageways beneath the Pyramid of the Sun, believed to have served as ritual sites for the ancient civilization. In 1971, Mexican archaeologists found a strange dip in the ground before the Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan. When they started digging, they uncovered something incredible, a hidden staircase leading down into a tunnel. But this wasn't just any tunnel, it was a natural cave formed millions of years ago by flowing lava. The people of Teotihuacan had reinforced it with slabs of basalt and mud, some of which remain today. Inside, archaeologists found pottery and mirrors that may date back to 250 to 450 Anno Domini. However, the pyramid was built between 1 and 150 Anno Domini, meaning the cave must have already been known to the builders. What's more fascinating is that this tunnel doesn't just lead anywhere. It runs straight to the pyramid's center, ending right below its highest point. This suggests the people of Teotihuacan didn't just know about the cave. They planned their massive pyramid around it. But why? Some believe the cave was a sacred shrine, a place of worship where people made pilgrimages. Though no one can say for sure, caves held deep spiritual meaning in ancient central Mexico, so this could be true. Centuries later, in 2003, Teotihuacan revealed another secret. After a heavy rainstorm flooded the ruins, a sinkhole suddenly opened at the foot of the Temple of the Plumed Serpent. When archaeologist Sergio Gomez arrived, he was stunned. He climbed down into the dark hole with a rope tied around his waist. What he found was breathtaking, an artificial tunnel blocked at both ends by huge stones. Teotihuacan was carefully designed, with its grand structures lined up along the Avenue of the Dead. A tunnel had already been found beneath the Pyramid of the Sun. Could this be its twin? If so, Gomez had just made one of the most important discoveries of his career, another secret passage leading into the depths of this ancient, mysterious city. Beyond this, the Lascaux Caves in France house prehistoric cave paintings that may be remnants of an advanced Ice Age civilization. Deep in the caves of southwestern France, hidden for thousands of years, lies one of the most breathtaking discoveries of prehistoric art, Lascaux. Found in 1940, this cave is home to nearly 2,000 paintings of animals that once roamed the region. Horses, bulls, stags, and even a rhinoceros cover the walls, painted with incredible detail using mineral pigments. Some of these figures are enormous. One black bull stretches over 17 feet long. What makes these paintings so unique isn't just their size and realism. The artists use shading, perspective, and movement techniques far ahead of their time. These paintings are estimated to be around 20,000 years old, yet they still captivate anyone who sees them. Lascaux is part of the Vézère Valley, rich in prehistoric cave art. 1979, it was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List, officially recognizing its importance. But over time, the cave faced a serious problem: preservation. With so many visitors entering daily, changes in temperature and humidity created the perfect conditions for harmful fungi to grow. In 2000, a new air conditioning system was installed to help, but it worsened things. Soon, white patches appeared on the walls, followed by black mold. By 2006, the situation had become so critical that the cave was closed entirely. Even scientists were only allowed to check conditions once a week for 20 minutes. In response, over 200 archaeologists, scientists, and conservationists gathered in Paris for a special meeting to discuss how to save Lascaux. Experts from all over the world shared research on climate control, cave biology, and restoration techniques. While opinions differed on what went wrong, everyone agreed that the paintings must be saved. Lascaux has survived for thousands of years, and now it's up to us to ensure that this incredible window into the past remains for future generations to admire and learn from. Building on this legacy of ancient wonders, Mammoth Cave in the USA stands as one of the world's longest cave systems, revealing evidence of prehistoric Native American mining and rituals. In the heart of Kentucky lies a hidden world, Mammoth Cave, Earth's longest known cave system. Stretching over 426 miles and still growing, this massive underground maze has fascinated people for thousands of years. While some caves are known for their towering chambers, Mammoth Cave is unmatched in its length. Even today, explorers map new passageways with no end in sight. But it's not just the sheer size that makes this place incredible. It holds a deep connection to human history. Thousands of years ago, long before modern explorers set foot inside, Native Americans were already venturing deep into its dark tunnels. Between 5,000 and 2,000 before Common Era, they explored miles of the cave, mining minerals like gypsum and leaving behind traces of their presence. Some areas even served as burial sites, marking the cave as mysterious and significant. The park has since worked with tribal communities to ensure these ancient resting places remain undisturbed. However, the story of Mammoth Cave begins much earlier, about 325 million years ago, when prehistoric seas left behind vast layers of limestone. Then, around 10 million years ago, water started seeping through cracks, slowly carving out the tunnels and chambers we see today. Even now, the lowest level of the cave is still being shaped by flowing water, proving that this underground wonder is constantly changing. In 1941, Mammoth Cave became a national park, protecting the cave and the beautiful forests and rivers above it. Later, in 1981, it was named a United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization World Heritage Site, and in 1990, it became an international biosphere reserve. Hundreds of thousands of visitors experience its vastness each year, stepping into the cool darkness and feeling the weight of history around them. Whether exploring its winding tunnels or marveling at its ancient past, one thing is clear: Mammoth Cave is more than just a natural wonder. It's a bridge between the past and the present, a place where history is still being uncovered. Adding to the mystery, Tayo's Cave in Ecuador is linked to the legend of a lost metal library and ancient knowledge, famously explored by Neil Armstrong. Deep in the Amazon rainforest of Ecuador, hidden beneath thick jungle, lies the mysterious Tayo's Cave, named after the nocturnal birds, called tayos, that nest inside. This cave has fascinated explorers, scientists, and storytellers alike. Located in the Morona Santiago province near the Rio Cuangos, it sits at an elevation of 800 meters. Its most prominent entrance plunges 65 meters straight down, almost the height of a 20-story building. Formed around 200 million years ago, this underground world is one of the most intriguing places in South America. In 1964, an explorer named Juan Morich claimed he had found something astonishing: an ancient metal library and artifacts from a lost civilization buried deep within the cave. His story captured the imagination of many, leading to wild theories about advanced ancient knowledge hidden underground. Writer Erich von Däniken later popularized this idea in his book, The Gold of the Gods, which became a worldwide bestseller. The book described piles of gold, strange sculptures, and metal tablets filled with unknown writings. The rumors spread fast. In 1976, a massive British-led expedition set out to uncover the truth. Among the 35 researchers was Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon. But after weeks of exploration, scientists reported that the cave was entirely natural, formed by water slowly carving tunnels through limestone over millions of years. One of its most stunning locations is a vast chamber known as the Cathedral, a towering space shaped by rockfalls and underground rivers. Despite no solid evidence of lost civilizations, Tayo's cave remains mysterious. Some believe its secrets are still hidden, waiting to be uncovered. Whether a natural wonder or something more, it inspires explorers, researchers, and adventurers who step into its dark depths, searching for answers to the unknown past. Continuing the thread of hidden history, the Qumran caves in Israel housed the Dead Sea Scrolls, possibly linking them to lost Judaic or pre-Judaic sects. The ancient site of Qumran lies on the western shore of the Dead Sea, in the dry and rocky desert. Some scholars believe this place was once the biblical City of Salt, but what truly made it famous was a discovery that changed how we understand history. In 1947, a young Palestinian shepherd named Muhammad al-Thib was searching for his lost goat when he stumbled upon a cave. Inside, he found ancient scrolls hidden in clay jars. These became known as the Dead Sea Scrolls, one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Between 1952 and 1956, more scrolls were found in 11 other caves. Among them was a unique copper scroll, which listed hidden treasures. The writings included copies of biblical texts, rules of a mysterious community, and strange prophecies about a battle between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. Most of these scrolls date from the 2nd century before Common Era to 68 Common Era, a time of significant change in Jewish history. They offer a glimpse into the religious beliefs and way of life of the Essenes, a secluded sect that lived in the region. Many believe they wrote and preserved these scrolls, carefully recording their thoughts, rules, and visions of the future. The ruins of Qumran reveal a highly organized settlement. There were community buildings, a large dining hall, ritual baths, a library, and a vast cemetery. The Essenes led a strict and disciplined life, copying texts and following religious practices in isolation from the outside world. However, in 68 Common Era, the Roman army destroyed Qumran, ending the community's existence. Later, the site was briefly used as a Roman garrison, and later during a Jewish revolt in 132 to 135 Common Era. Though the scrolls have been moved to museums, Qumran's site remains a silent witness to an ancient world that once thrived in the desert, leaving secrets still being unraveled today. Expanding the reach of ancient mysteries, the Scotian caves in Slovenia were used by early humans and may hold connections to lost European cultures. Lies beneath the southwestern Slovenia, hidden beneath the karst plateau, lies the breathtaking Scotian caves. This vast underground world was shaped by the Reka River, which flows 50 kilometers before vanishing into the earth, carving out massive chambers, roaring rapids, and deep canyons. The most incredible is the Martel Chamber, an enormous space that could hold an entire skyscraper. These caves are among Earth's largest underground river canyons, their sheer size and beauty leaving visitors speechless. But this is more than just a natural wonder. The caves have a history stretching back thousands of years. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence that ancient humans lived here, worshipped here, and even buried their dead in these sacred depths. Long before written history, people were drawn to this mysterious place. Their artifacts, from tools to pottery, tell the story of a civilization that saw the caves as more than just a shelter. They were places of ritual, perhaps even a gateway to another world. Nature thrives in this hidden realm. Strange creatures, perfectly adapted to life in the dark, make their home here. The rare cave salamander moves silently through the underground rivers, and tiny, unseen invertebrates crawl through the shadows. Unique plants grow in the sunken landscape above ground, where collapsed dolines have formed, creating a world within a world. Scotian caves have been protected for generations. In 1986, United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization recognized them as a World Heritage Site. ensuring their beauty and history remain untouched. Later, they were added to the Ramsar list of wetlands of international importance and designated as a biosphere reserve. Even today, as scientists uncover more secrets, these caves stand as a reminder of the power of nature and the deep connection between humans and the underground world. Delving further into hidden sanctuaries, the Mogao Caves in China house a vast collection of Buddhist paintings and ancient texts shrouded in mystery. Carved into the cliffs along the ancient Silk Road, the Mogao Caves hold 1,000 years of history, art, and culture. Hidden in the desert of China's Gansu province, these caves once stood at the heart of trade, where merchants, monks, and travelers from across Asia passed through, carrying goods, stories, and beliefs. Starting in 366 Anno Domini, people carved out these incredible cave sanctuaries, filling them with breathtaking Buddhist murals and statues. Over the centuries, different dynasties added their touches, creating a stunning blend of Chinese, Indian, and Central Asian artistic traditions. Today, 492 caves remain, holding over 45,000 square meters of wall paintings and over 2,000 sculptures. Every cave tells a story. In Cave 302 from the Sui dynasty, a caravan pulled by a camel moves across the desert, a glimpse into life along the Silk Road. In Cave 156 from the Tang dynasty, warriors stand in formation, their armor detailed and lifelike. Cave 61 from the Song dynasty features an early map of Mount Wutai, carefully painted with temples, roads, and mountains, showing how art and geography blended in ancient China. One of the most significant discoveries at Mogao came in 1900 when a hidden chamber known as the Library Cave was found. Over 50,000 manuscripts, paintings, and relics were inside, revealing centuries of knowledge and religious devotion. Many of these treasures were taken to museums worldwide, but their stories still echo within the caves. Recognized as a United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization, World Heritage Site in 1987, Mogao is not just an artistic wonder, it is a window into the past, showing the rise and fall of dynasties, the blending of cultures, and the deep spiritual life of ancient China. It remains one of the greatest Buddhist art sites in the world, its murals and sculptures preserving the voices of those who walked the Silk Road long ago. Adding to the enigma of sacred sites, Belize's Cave of the Crystal Skulls contains Mayan skulls and artifacts, hinting at a lost ritualistic civilization. Deep in the jungles of Belize, hidden within the Tapia Mountain Nature Reserve, lies a cave like no other. Aktun Tunichil Muknal, known as the Cave of the Crystal Sepulchre, was once considered an entrance to the underworld. The ancient Maya called it Xibalba, a dark and terrifying realm ruled by the gods of death. To reach the cave, travel through the jungle, cross rivers, and swim through its entrance before wading deep inside. But what awaits within is a haunting sight. Bones of those sacrificed to the gods over 1,000 years ago. As you move deeper, past towering boulders and massive chambers like the cathedral, you come across the remains of men, women, and children, their bones fused into the cave floor by centuries of minerals. Some were infants, tucked into small crevices, while others, including a teenager, showed signs of being bound before they were killed. Many suffered fatal blows to the skull, their deaths likely part of rituals meant to appease the rain god Chak or the rulers of the underworld. The pottery left behind, with holes purposely made to kill them, suggests offerings made to the spirits of the cave. At the very back of the cave rests the most famous skeleton, the Crystal Maiden. Once thought to be a young woman, closer study now suggests it belonged to a 17-year-old boy. His body, left untouched for over 1,100 years, has become covered in sparkling calcite, giving him his ghostly, shimmering appearance. His crushed vertebrae hint at a violent death, possibly from a fall or a decisive blow. This sacred site remains one of the most well-preserved caves in Belize. Few are allowed to visit, and nothing is protected by ropes or glass. The spirits of the past still linger here, whispering through the dark passages of a place once feared and revered by the ancient Maya. Ancient caves hold the secrets of lost civilizations, their walls echoing with stories of rituals, sacrifices, and daily life from centuries ago. These hidden chambers remind us of the mysteries still buried beneath the earth, waiting to be uncovered. Every cave is a doorway to the past, offering a glimpse into the world of those who came before us.